Alright, and I'm back with another replay analysis. This is a bit of a wild game. I don't know if anyone saw the title there, but this is actually someone I've played on multiple occasions. Flash 80 and I know each other, like, very well. It's a little bit spooky because both of us know who each other are. We're very well aware of who we're playing against. Because we've seen each other like at least 10 times on ladder, if not more. And we both hate each other. We both hate each other, let's admit it. We've both, like, I think for the most part, I've won between the two of us. I think he's maybe won twice. I've won maybe 5 times now. So he might hopefully change his strat, but, you know, maybe he won't. It's kind of funny because I play my other build this game, because I usually play 2-1-1. Not necessarily a CC first, but I just play 2-1-1, and then I have my third CC, which always keeps me ahead, if not even with the Zerg. I like to do my camera hotkeys. I don't know why I did it in the replay, because I'm a goof. But he takes this third, which is the normal third, because this is a bit far to defend. So this is the more normal third. I get my natural, mostly, graciously uncontended. But the dumb thing about this is you don't get to scout, really, because my Reaper died. So right now, all I know is this is a normal Zerg player. That's all I know. I never saw the Rochoran, I never saw that he was massing Lings until now. Where this is where I see the Hellions, and I'm like, or I see the Roaches, and I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. So this is where I go into full panic mode. If you see all the SCVs run for it, the bunker gets cancelled, the CC's lifted, and I'm just trying to not die. My big mistake in this fight is definitely like you don't want to pull all the workers right away. That's overkill. You shouldn't do that. But my big mistake here is not pulling enough of them to deal with this. Because, you know, I'm barely holding on by this reactor. Like, this is scary, knowing that this is happening. Like, this moment when you see this stuff getting low and you see that you have almost like no firepower is scary, and I kind of miss micro, and I all of a sudden am not repairing, and I'm like, oh shit, and then I see that he gets into the base, and I'm just hoping that the Banshees can clear this up without too much damage, but I see that he's just gonna Ling flood me. I'm just like, oh great, well now I have no workers. That is not great. But the reason I don't, so this is big. The reason I don't GG out of this game is because I know he's being aggressive. He doesn't have many workers. I don't know that he's on 31. I obviously don't know that in-game. But I know he can't be above, like, 40. There's no way he's that high in the worker count. Because he's being so aggressive. So I just think, okay, so if he's gonna do that, can I recover if he doesn't have enough drones? Like, I'm scouting around, and I am seeing his worker count a little bit. I see that he's built more Lings again, so that's not good for him, necessarily. But again, I don't know that he's at 50 while I'm at 25. I don't know that. But I'm assuming I'm down a lot. I accidentally lose Banshee there for the Queens, which is not the greatest thing in the world. Not the greatest thing in the world. I see that this is a 4th, and I'm just going around seeing the saturation. But this was important, because right here, this is where I see Spire and the Hydras. So this is where I know what he's gonna do behind it. Like, you don't usually expect both. You're not supposed to. So you prepare for the harder one, which is Mutas. The Hydras will be dealt with by a Bio, because Bio with Stim is still good. It's the Mutas that would cause a problem. He, like, has all his Overlords here, so he just gets them caught. I don't know why he did that. I'm a bit ambitious. Probably shouldn't be there. And I see he's mining here, so I go to here and I try to do some damage. Unfortunately, Banelings are really good. So I lose my entire force here. The Mutas clean me up. But if you notice, I have 2-1 on the way. He has no upgrades on the way. No basic upgrades, like +1 melee, +1 carapace. There's no upgrades for the Zerg right now. So I'm thinking, if he forgets long enough, do I win? Because that's something I'm noticing in Zergs. They tend to forget their upgrades. I established my 3rd, and I now have 57, 58 workers, which I'm comfortable with, but I know I'm still very behind. He comes in at my natural, he runs in. I don't do a very good job here trying to clean up the Banes because I don't stutter step in time. I try to just keep the repair on that turret just to make sure the Mutas don't kill me. I do a bad job in the main a little bit, and I lose quite a bit again. So if I was at 60, he killed like 20 SCVs again. Yeah, he's killed like 20 or so SCVs now. If I was at 70, no, he's killed like 30 now. Yeah, he's killed 30, 40 now. Yeah, that was a bit devastating to me. And in total, so far, he's killed 75 SCVs. So to him, this game is well over, because he has a floating bank, and he can still remax multiple times. Whereas I'm struggling not to be dead here. So I just try to regroup my forces, and I'm thinking, if he's gonna throw everything at me and then have to remax again with lower upgrades, do I have a chance with 2-2 now on the bio to stand up to him? Because my trick here is to target fire the Banes with the tanks, and then have my bio clean everything else up. In these moments, you can see barely I'm stutter stepping, trying to kill the Banes. I lift up by accident, I think. I mean, it looks intentional. I actually don't know if that's a misclick, but I make it, you know, I improvise that runaway to get my own more army. We focus the Banes, and Mass Hydra does not stand up to Mass Bio. This doesn't work. Like, especially with upgrade deficits, this doesn't work. 1-1 against 2-2 is always going to be in favor of the Terran. Like, there's a Thor, only because, you know, you prepare for the worst thing. Yudas are a bit more scary. He comes in at me, and again, I siege up, and I'm trying to have the tank just soak all the Baneling shots. Not the best, because he gets a nice concave, so I have to run. And again, I keep retreating to my third, because he has to fight up a ramp or up a ramp. It doesn't matter. Neither is good for him. I notice that I'm oversaturated, and I start a fourth, hoping that to get that base. I go on to creep again, but again, I'm forcing him into a path here. I'm forcing him into this one-way corridor. So he has to flank me, or he loses straight up. I keep loading and unloading medevacs. He comes in here, he comes on the flank, but again, I try to just mitigate the Banes, and this time I'm able to shoot them all down before he gets any chance. His queens die, and of course, Lings do not do much against straight up bio, because this is 3-2 now. This is 3-2 bio now. This is where upgrades will always be an advantage. I don't know that he has these two bases, but at this point I'm going for his throat, because my plan is to push the main. Because I know that there's nothing he can do against his army. There's nothing. Like, even Banes here, yes, they connect, which is not great, but I still have enough here to be a threat. Like, he has more Banes here, but I have reinforcements come up. The Libs come out to help. And I'm just trying to kill all his tech now. The Lurker Den and the Infestation Pit goes down. I don't know why I hesitated there. That's awkward. He gets a nice Bane hit on me, but unfortunately he just doesn't have enough to stand and fight, which would now cascade into his death. This is a good example of why upgrades are really good, because he would have won that game. That game was won for him, because 75 SCVs have died in this game. No joke. He has killed 75 SCVs. It's been devastating to my economy, but economy doesn't mean much if you don't have the army. And thank you for watching this replay analysis. This was a wild game, but I'll see you guys in the next one.